This is Monday Motivation, episode number 168.
The Melissa Ambrosini Show.
Welcome to the Melissa Ambrosini Show. I'm your host, Melissa, best-selling author of Mastering Your Mean Girl and Open Wide. And I'm here to remind you that love is sexy, healthy is liberating, and wealthy isn't a dirty word. Each week, I'll be getting up close and personal with thought leaders from around the globe, as well as your weekly dose of motivation so that you can create epic change in your own life and become the best version of yourself possible. Are you ready, beautiful? I just wanted to quickly remind you that if you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe in your favorite podcast app. Mine is Himalaya. For those of you that have not heard of Himalaya, it's an epic brand new podcast app which has so many awesome and unique features no other podcast app has, like episode and channel playlists. It's free, so easy to find new shows, and is really user-friendly. So head on over to the app or Google Play Store to download it today. Don't forget to follow me once you're done so that you can listen to my episodes one day earlier than they're usually released. Pretty cool, huh? Today's podcast is brought to you by Samina Sleep, which I'm so excited to tell you about. For those of you who've been a long-time listener to my show will know there's a common piece of advice with all the health and wellness experts I've had on, and that is they all highlight the importance of sleep. Getting our 8 hours of deep, good quality Z's is so imperative for our body, mind, and spirit. We can all relate to that sluggish, groggy feeling after a bad night's sleep or not enough sleep. You just don't feel like the best version of you. And not only do we spend 1/3 of our life in bed, this is where so much rejuvenation and magic happens. And a Samina sleep system can help make those 8 hours even more deep, rejuvenating, detoxifying, and healing. You see, our home, and especially our bedroom, should be a wellness sanctuary and as toxic-free as possible. And our beds can contain many toxins such as formaldehyde, synthetic non-breathable materials, and harmful chemicals such as flame retardants. Also, many memory foam mattresses often do not disclose their contents, but have been found to have VOCs, benzenes, and other potentially carcinogenic materials. Gross, huh? Now, the reason I know all of this is because if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I've recently finished renovating our dream home, which we did as low tox as possible. The paints, the glues, the materials we used were all low tox. And we wanted to make sure that the place that we spend 8 hours every single night was as toxic free as possible, which is why we got a Samina sleep system. And another thing I learned doing my research was that most traditional mattresses encourages trapping moisture from your sweat and drool to remain inside so dust mites colonize inside the mattress. That is so gross, huh? And also a lot of other beds and mattresses have metal springs, and they'll put into the mattress and the bed frame. Now, this was before we had electricity running through the walls, Wi-Fi routers inside our homes, and RF devices everywhere. And these metal springs in our mattress and in our bases act like little antennas, attracting that bad frequency to you, to your body, to your cells all night long. So we're basically sleeping on Wi-Fi magnets. Great, huh? So one of the other epic things about Samina is that there are no springs or no metal at all, which means you are safe all night long and your rejuvenating, your healing, your detoxification can go even deeper. It's also an epic bed for couples because it has individual back support on each side, it's temperature regulated, and it's not too soft. So if you want to take your healing and your sleep to the next level, head to melissaambrosini.com/Samina, SAMINA, to get 10% off your Samina sleep system and enjoy, soak it up. It is so good. Operation Relaxation. One of my main goals for 2019 is Operation Relaxation. Whilst I witnessed everyone set loads of goals for this year, one of my big goals is relaxation. It's to make sure that all of my cells are relaxed and in a state of peace as much as possible. You see, for a very long time, my cells have been in a very stressed state. Now, I'm a very visual person, and what helps me is visualizing the 724 trillion cells in my body. And for me, my cells are usually in 3 different states. The first state that my cells are usually in is what I call the dancing state. Now, what this means is my cells look like the girl in the Instagram GIFs who is crumping. You know the one I'm talking about? I know you know what I'm talking about. And my cells are usually in this state when I'm happy, when I'm lit up, dancing in the kitchen with my husband, or maybe I've just walked off stage after one of my live events or book tours, or maybe I've just had a date with my husband, or I've been traveling through Greece, or I've had a massage, or some other body work, or I've had a soulful picnic or catch up with one of my beautiful besties, or I've just made love with my husband. Those are the times when my cells are in that dancing state, what I call that dancing state. Those are the things that I do that make my cells get into that dancing state, where that, you know, the girl crumping on Instagram, that state. The second state that my cells are sometimes in is what I call the light blue state. Now, this is when I feel bliss in my cells. This is where my cells are happy, they're smiling, they're calm, they're relaxed, and they're content. And I usually feel this after my meditations or yoga or a walk on the beach or time in nature or after lovemaking or an Epsom salt and essential oils goddess bath. And my goal is to be in this state, this light blue state and the dancing state as much as possible. Then there's the third state that my cells are sometimes in, which I call the black state. Now, this is when I can literally feel my cells in my body contract. And I can feel them very stressed. And they look like little black circles. Now, this is when I'm feeling very stressed or overwhelmed or anxious or extremely tired. This happens when I have overcommitted, when I have said yes when my soul was really telling me to say no thank you, when I have too many things on my to-do list, or when I have had way too many things on in one day, or when I've had little sleep or a disturbed sleep. Those are the times when I feel my cells in that black state, that stressed black state, which is not what I want my body to be in. This is what causes disequilibrium dis-ease in the body. This is what causes disharmony. Your body is out of balance when your cells are in this black state. And this is where inflammation starts. And this is the state we want to steer away from as much as possible. This is where Operation Relaxation comes in. It is my goal, my mission, to make sure my cells are not in that black state. And they are in the other two states, the dancing state and the light blue state, as much as possible. That is my goal. Every single day. How can I get into those two states and steer away from that black state? So I have to do the things that support my cells, that support my body to be in those two states, and remove the things, remove the experiences, the situations, the people that put my cells in that black state. It's my responsibility, no one else's. It's my job to make sure I do the things each day to support my cells to get into that dancing or that light blue state. It's my role and my responsibility only. So each morning, I wake up and I ask myself, what do I need to do today to get my cells into that state? And this is what I want to encourage you to do this week. Tune into your cells in your meditation. See how your cells feel. Tune in and see which of the three states your cells are in. Then write it down. And write down what you need to do to get your cells into the dancing state, like the girl on Instagram crumping, or the light blue state. And do those things every single day. Schedule time into your calendar and commit to it every day. And because awareness is key for transformation, identifying what puts your cells in the black state and steering clear of those things as much as possible is key. So this is our responsibility. Each day I want you to wake up. Ask yourself, what do I need to do right now to put my cells in that dancing state or in that light blue state, depending on how you want to feel. And if you wake up in that black state, do one of those things to get your cells into that light blue state or that dancing state. It's very simple. It is our responsibility. No one can do this for us. And because I love connecting with you guys on Instagram, come on over and tell me under this post what makes your cells get into that light blue state and what makes your cells get into that dancing, crumping state. Come and share it with me. Give this a go for a week and let me know how you go. And really commit to Operation Relaxation. Commit to supporting your cells to be in that calm, blissful state. Because that is where healing and happiness and joy comes from, not from being in that black state. So give it a go for a week and let me know in the Instagram post what makes your cells get into the dancing state and what makes your cells get into the light blue state.